Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this Simpler Futures free video, I'm going to take you through the watch list that we designed during the morning chat. And if you weren't already aware, Simpler Futures and Simpler Forex Gold members, we have now merged the chat, and we have a chat that runs every day from 8 to 10. In fact, we have a bigger schedule that we'll be unveiling next week for the different chat sessions in the Simpler Futures Forex room. And if you are a gold member, by the way, and you're listening to this video, and I'll mention this in the premium video too, and you did not get the link to access the chat, contact support at simplerfutures.com and let them know you're a gold member, you haven't received the chat, and we'll be sure we send that link out to you. We did send a link out to everybody, but for whatever reason, your email didn't arrive, or it ended up in a spam folder, or whatever else happens to email out there in the interweb. Just contact us and we'll make sure we give you the link and you get in. And by the way, as of next week, when you log into the members area, and if you are a gold member, you will have access to a link directly from within the members dashboard to get to the chat room. Okay, so looking forward to seeing you there. All right, so let's get to the watch list. Now, one of the things I want everybody to be aware of as we're relaunching and rebooting Simpler Futures and Simpler Forex is basically this. What you need to know for the service that we're doing now, it's going to be basically a marriage of what I've been doing for years on the Forex side, on the currency side, with a lot of what I've been doing for decades on the commodity future side. And futures and Forex are a terrific hand-in-glove fit. In fact, I was reading an article the other day that said, you want to know what's happening in commodities? Look at what's happening in currencies. And I do firmly believe that. So I'm going to walk you through the two watch lists. I'm going to give you a look at what it is that we'll be focusing on in the chat and in the premium content. All right, so on the Forex side, okay, on the Forex side of things, for those of you that are interested in Forex or are interested in currencies, remember, there are numerous ways you can trade spot. It doesn't have to be in the Forex side. You can do it through a number of futures contracts. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll say, oh, hey, we're looking at the Euro US. You can trade this first via the EC futures. When we look at something like Aussie US, you can look at Australian dollar futures. Euro yen, there's a futures contract for that. Euro Canada, there's a futures contract for that. So there are sometimes alternatives to the spot market. All right, so let me take you over to the euro versus US dollar. That's the first symbol within many euro pairs that we're interested in. And I don't know why my, of course, TradeStation's acting up at this moment. Welcome to live television. So Euro US, let me just give you the list and then TradeStation can catch up. So let me give you the list. Euro US, Euro Aussie, Euro Canada, Euro Yen, Euro New Zealand, Pound US, and Aussie US. Now, a couple things you can do here. First of all, again, this is not just Forex. You can go to cmegroup.com and you can see, in fact, let's go there right now. Let's do this. And by the way, two things. If you don't have a charting platform that lets you chart spot, head on over to tradingview.com because you can chart those real time on the platform. Okay, so let me take you over to cmegroup.com and I'll show you what I mean about alternatives in the future space. So once you're there, go to trading, go to FX, and then go to the cross rates. Go to the cross rates, and you'll see that there are a number of choices. Here's a Euro Yen, here's a Euro Canadian dollar, here's a Euro Aussie, right? Of course, you have Euro US, but a lot of those pairs that I mentioned are available on, I think the only one that's not is Euro New Zealand. That's probably the one I like the least, okay? And then of course you've got BP futures and AD futures. Those would be the majors, so you do have access to that. And in many cases, for those of you that like options on some of these futures, you have the option of options on a lot of these too. Okay. All right. So having said all that, that's the watch list I have for the Forex side or the currency side. Okay. Now let's talk about the list on the future side. Okay. So I have two watch lists, and by the way, we have two sections within the site. We have, of course, the daily digest, which is going to be the premium video, my portfolio of futures trades, also commentary and highlights taken from not only the chat room, but what went on during the day. We will be curating all that and presenting that in the futures digest in the members area. There's also going to be something called the currency corner, where you will have my portfolio of currency trades, mostly spot, but you can make the transition over to currency share ETFs or even the futures currencies. But you'll have that information there as well with a separate premium video. All right, let's talk about our futures list. Coffee is on the list, and I'll tell you what, having a concise watch list every single day, if not every single week, is really, really important. So what I'm giving you now is kind of the blueprint from which I build all my trades, which is the basic symbols: coffee, cocoa, feeder cattle, live cattle, the NASDAQ, the Nikkei, the dollar. Now this watch list that I've given you is something that I call the directional bias watch list. It's a really important one to me. There's two watch lists that I trade. I've got a choppy market watch list, which we'll build out tomorrow, and then I've got a directional bias watch list. This is my favorite. This is the one I love to trade because it's the one that highlights trends on a daily time frame. We also have watch lists that are more about the economic calendar. It's another watch list. This lets me take advantage of the narrative and the data and the volatility. I like that watch list a lot. But my main watch list is the directional bias watch list. And what you're looking at now are the symbols that I will continue to focus on because they have trends. Now, for those of you wondering, well, what about choppy markets? They have different tactics, different position size, and different stops, right? I'm not employing a trend following strategy. On these two lists, that is exactly what I'm doing. So you've got the best of my list here across my currency and my futures, and I will see you guys in the next update.